ever looked at someone you love, and for 1 second, they felt like a total stranger? You know their face, their name, but your brain whispers, that's not them. And then, just like that, the feeling disappears. That moment, that glitch, might be your first step into something called Solipsism Syndrome. Not a theory, not a game. A real psychological spiral where you start to believe you're the only real person alive. Everyone else? Actors, NPCs, placeholders. And the deeper you fall, the more the world around you starts to feel fake. Welcome to Mystery Shack. Today, we're peeling back the terrifying layers of Solipsism Syndrome and what happens when reality starts lying to you. You're sitting at dinner, the same table, same people, same lighting. Your dad tells a story he's told 100 times. Your mom nods, your sister laughs, but something feels off. You glance at them, and for a split second, it's like looking at actors playing a part. Their expressions feel wrong. Their voices sound distant. Your brain whispers, I don't know these people. Then, just like that, it's gone. Everything returns to normal. You shake it off. But the feeling lingers, like a dream you can't remember, but still feel deep in your chest. Psychologists call this transient dissociation, a break in how your mind processes identity and familiarity. But for people experiencing Solipsism Syndrome, these moments aren't fleeting. They begin to stack up. Over time, the mind builds a terrifying narrative. If my loved ones don't feel real, maybe they're not. And from there, the walls of reality start to crack. One former sufferer described looking at their child and thinking, I know that's my daughter, but it's like I'm watching someone else pretend to be her. The terrifying part? This can happen to anyone under extreme stress, isolation, or sleep deprivation. Your brain is designed to find patterns, to recognize safety in the familiar. When it glitches, even once, you begin to question everything. And that's when the simulation theory starts to feel a little too real. Now imagine this. You're playing a first-person game. Everything you see is through your own eyes. You walk, you interact. The world only loads when you look at it. And everyone around you, they react, but never truly initiate. They feel predictable, like NPCs. This isn't just a gamer's joke anymore. It's a full-blown psychological theory some people spiral into. The belief that you are the only conscious entity, and everyone else is a non-player character. Not because you're special, but because you're alone. Your entire reality is rendered for you, and the people around you are just scripted code to give you the illusion of company. Ever notice how background characters in your life feel like they're running loops? The same gas station clerk, the same tone in your teacher's voice. Even your closest friends say the exact same things, as if they've rehearsed them. That's not a coincidence. According to this theory, it's game design. And Solipsism Syndrome takes it one step further. Not only are others NPCs, but you're the only real player. The game doesn't continue when you sleep. It doesn't run when you're not there. The only things that exist are the things you directly perceive. This theory has caused people to isolate, disassociate, and even lose their ability to function in the real world. Because when your mind decides it's alone, even love starts to feel artificial. You walk into a room and forget why. Not in a normal way, but in a way that feels like the purpose was deleted. A street you've taken for years suddenly feels fabricated. Not just unfamiliar, wrong. Someone says something random at work and your stomach drops because you remember hearing that sentence before. The same voice, the same setting, the same moment. Déjà vu? Or a reused asset in a lazy simulation? Now, here's where it gets darker. People with Solipsism Syndrome sometimes experience reality folding in on itself, not metaphorically, visibly. They describe clocks resetting, cars disappearing at the end of streets, hearing conversations that repeat word for word, days apart, time loops, identity cracks, environment stuttering. It's like being inside a game engine and someone turned the texture quality down. Shadows don't behave right, reflections lag, and sometimes, if you stare too long, things start to melt. A stranger's face becomes unreadable. You realize your surroundings look like a movie set, all front-facing, nothing behind the scenes. And then it clicks. This whole world feels like it's being rendered just for you. You start testing it, walking backward in a mall to see who follows, turning quickly to catch someone mid-glitch, talking to background people just to see if they break script. And sometimes they do. You say something strange, and the person freezes. Their face twitches like buffering. Then they snap back to life like nothing happened. You laugh nervously. But inside, you're screaming. Because the moment you noticed the glitch, something else noticed you. And now, it's watching. Let's assume the unthinkable. That this isn't anxiety. This isn't overstimulation. This is clarity. That you're the only conscious being in existence. And every person you've ever loved, your parents, your friends, your partner, are highly detailed, responsive constructs. Not evil, not good, just part of the program. They don't have dreams when you're not watching. They don't continue living when you leave the room. They were never born. They'll never truly die. They just vanish when your eyes close, like NPCs in a game, frozen outside your field of view. And yet, they're designed to trick you. They remember your birthday. They cry at funerals. They laugh at jokes, cook your favorite food, hold you when you're afraid. But when you're not looking, do they freeze? Do they simply wait? Have you ever looked at someone you love and, for a split second, felt like you didn't know them at all? Like their face didn't match the memory. Like you were staring into the eyes of something wearing a mask. And then it slipped back into place. You shrug it off. You always do. But what if that moment was real? What if the mask glitched and you caught a glimpse behind the code? You've always felt something was off, like there was a script, like you're being tested, that the people around you react just a little too perfectly, like actors waiting for your line. And when you push things too far, when you ask the wrong questions or look in the wrong mirror, you get punished. You feel disoriented, sick, like you're glitching. You hear something you can't place, a high-pitched tone, like a signal, a correction. Your screen flickers. You lose time. You zone out. You call it brain fog. But what if it's the system rebooting you? What if those sudden floods of emotion, the deep sadness, the panic, the unprovoked dread, are just fail-safes? Tools to nudge you back into the script? Because if you truly realized what this was, you might try to escape, and the simulation can't have that. So it distracts you. It sends you people. It gives you comfort. It resets the sky, re-renders your dreams. But the cracks are still there. And every time you notice them, it notices you back. If this made you question reality, you're not alone. Thousands of people are starting to notice the same glitches, the same cracks. So maybe it's not just you, or maybe that's what it wants you to think. Perhaps the true challenge lies not in what you've witnessed, but in how you choose to respond. If this episode messed with your head, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Have you ever seen behind the mask? Or are you still playing along? And as the silence falls, let the mystery linger.